Good morning everyone, and welcome to our Term 3 video newsletter. And just a few items of news for things that are happening around the school at the moment. On our primary campus we have our Prep to 2 Athletics Carnival, which is on the 31st of August. So we'd love to see as many families come along and support the children as possible in what I'm sure will be our most enthusiastic of athletics carnivals. And if you have a child starting prep in 2024, if you know of a child starting prep in 2024, can I ask you to please encourage those people to get their enrolment forms in ASAP as we begin our interviews for prep next week. You'll need to have your enrolment application submitted before we can book you in for an interview. On our junior secondary campus, there's a variety of lunchtime activities that students can get involved in rather than just sitting around the lunch tables, and they can participate in those activities and earn points for their respective houses. And some of those activities include board games and handball competitions and our new esports competitions as well, and of course some lawn games. For those students who may be requiring some additional support for assessment, in-class work or homework, our Get Smart tutorials are also happening on the junior campus for our Year 7 to 9 students on Monday and Thursday afternoons until 4 p.m. they run, and they are held in the EC25 computer labs. If you have a child in Year 9, our Year 9 should now have completed, or at least attempted to have completed, the education plan that is on their One School profile. A how-to guide was emailed home recently and is available on the Padlet that was shared a few weeks ago. If you're unsure about this, or if your child's unsure about this, reach out to the Year 9 Head of Year, which is Mrs. Loftus, or the Head of Department for Junior Secondary, Mrs. Wiseman, and their contact details are on the screen. On the senior campus, our lucky Year 10 students have their immunisation next Friday, the 25th of August. If you missed information on this, please contact the respective house leaders or your child's respective deputy principal. Careers and Pathway information bulletin was sent out to the community recently in a newsletter. The Padlet has links on page 2 that have an absolute stack of information for students about casual employment, traineeships, career pathways for those interested students, and as well as information about university open days, QTAC guides, and much more. So I'd encourage you to look out for that. And of course, as we begin to roll out the latest iteration of the Australian curriculum, version 9, our staff have been hard at work updating assessment sheets. Our students and parents should soon in 2024 see much greater clarity around what is expected to pass these tasks, and our new mantra in teaching to the A standard, so that we're really looking forward to seeing all students rise to their potential in the coming years. This year the college began a iLearn program. That was the introduction of iPads as a tool to complement learning in classrooms from years 5 to 7, and that will eventually roll out right across the school into senior. We do understand that for some families this has been a burden in the particular economic climate that we're in. The take up, and I do thank the families that have been able to get their children an iPad to help them in their learning in years 5 to 7. The uptake has been fantastic. For those families that are experiencing a bit of financial stress, the college has introduced a student iPad hire program. This iPad hire program is a 3-year program. It costs $234 a year, which can be paid upfront at the start of the year, or can be paid off in a payment plan. So that works out around about $9 a fortnight, which is quite an affordable option for our families. You will need to pay a $100 deposit, which is subtracted from the overall cost of that 3-year hire program. So the students will receive an iPad, a protective case, a charging pack with cable, and of course this iPad is theirs for the 3 years. They use it at school and they can take it home over that period. If you're interested in entering that iPad hire program, or you want to discuss it further, please contact Mitch Sanson, and his email is on the screen below us, or you can drop into the payment window on the Prep to Year 9 campus. All right, I'm going to have another conversation about attendance, and I've spoken about attendance in previous newsletters, and I speak about it regularly on assembly with the students as well. The fact is that the attendance for many students in this school is simply not good enough. We have over 1/4 of our students missing on average 1 day a week, and that is appalling. And we have more than half of our students only attending 9 days per fortnight. We can do much better than that. What we do know from lots and lots of research is that the impact of absenteeism is cumulative. And if you think 1 day off a fortnight is not going to have much of an impact, well, you need to rethink that, because the research in fact shows it has a significant impact. And there are a number of studies, and I'm happy to share them with any member of the community. If you want to get in contact with me, I'm happy to share that, if you enjoy reading academic research, that is. But a number of studies have shown that the impacts for young children from prep to year 3, who are only perhaps averaging 9 days a fortnight or 90% attendance, is that by year 3 on the literacy and numeracy domains in NAPLAN, on the year 3 NAPLAN test, they will on average score 36 points lower than other students. Now 36 points represents about 8 months of academic progress for students across that prep to year 9. So that's a significant loss. The result, unfortunately, is as students move through school, the gap actually widens. So it doesn't stay at 8 months every 3 years of loss of learning, it actually increases, so that the gap across year 5 to 7 for students who are taking a day off a fortnight on average, on year 7 NAPLAN, they perform about 42 points lower than their peers, and that represents over 9 months of academic progress as well. So that's significant. Now, as a parent, we want the best for our children, and there are many factors impacting school absence, but one factor that we can control as parents and carers is to be a positive role model for the importance of education. So in your homes, taking days off when you aren't sick is a non-negotiable. Taking an interest in what your child is learning, reinforcing that learning at home, supporting your child's teachers in the conversations that you have with them in the home are all good ways to positively reinforce school and positively reinforce the importance of education. Now, we know that there are other factors that may be causing some reluctance for your child to be at school. That can be around anxiety, that can be around some conflict with peers and things like that. Can I urge you, in fact, to, if that is the case for your child, to reach out to the school as soon as possible and work with us in resolving those as quickly as possible to get your child back attending every day. As always, I'm happy to hear from the school community around any factor, whether it be your child's attendance or any other issue as well. You can find my email on the school website, or you can check your child's contacts in their school Outlook account. Emailing or calling the school, asking to speak to either myself or to one of the deputy principals is the best way to provide feedback to us, or to have a chat about emerging issues, or to simply give a shout out perhaps to your child's teacher who you think has done an outstanding job, and many of them do that. I take zero notice of community social media pages, to be honest, so sharing concerns in those forums will not reach the school and will not serve to resolve any particular issues you have. Life's far too short for me to take notice of those. And just finally, there is a statewide student-free day on Friday, September the 1st. So children stay home those days. Teachers and other staff will be here at school. Until term 4, please take care. Thank you.